Hello and welcome back to the Empire Workshop. Da, 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 da. Now, it says 254 XP, but it's not. It's actually a 262 XP. So, I have had a 261, and I don't know. Honestly, now that I think about it, I think it was a 262 XP. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, the point is I had one of these somehow in this chassis, and I know lots of people are like, that's the bestest and stuff, and that's a factory hot rod and everything. Well, the one that I had, I mean, it lived a hard life for sure, and it definitely needed a fresh up, but I didn't find anything special with it, you know. However, this one right here, it's all there. Even, the brake's not effed up on it. This thing's in, yeah, it's been used, but it's not in bad shape. This is a good example of a 262 if we wanted to restore one. And I gotta say, I don't know if I do or don't. But it's all there, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It has low compression. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to clean it up real quick and break into it and see if that cylinder is salvageable. And that's really it. That's all this video is going to be. Actually, you got thinking about it. Why don't we add this in there to it? So this is a ProMac 1010. And I believe it says it's got electronic ignition. Yes, it does. So this is a non-points. This is electronic ignition. I hate these saws, not because I don't think they run good or anything like that. They do, and they seem to last for a long time. And this guy's got really good compression. So I hate working on them. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'll clean both of these saws up and see what issues they have or don't have, and that'll be the video. So pressure washer time. And Heath, yes, you asked, when I say pressure washer, do you mean like pressure washing a car? Absolutely. I just pressure wash them. If you want to be careful and stuff, you want to make sure you just pull the choke out. And if the exhaust is up, you make sure the piston is up towards the top so that it is blocking the exhaust port. But if with that choke pulled and that exhaust port closed, or the exhaust port, usually you'll have the muffler on. But if you don't have the muffler on, you just make sure you run that piston up so that the piston is blocking the exhaust port. You're fine. Ain't nothing getting in there. And have I done it? Have I gotten water down in there? Absolutely. I've completely flooded the whole engine with water. It's no big deal. These things are coated with oil through and through, and a little bit of water doesn't hurt anything, especially because you're going to go bloop, bloop, bloop and pump all that water out. It's fine. Everybody that has reservations about pressure washing a saw, just drop them. It's fine, 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 fine. So let's get to cleaning. Okay, so we're back. We got them all cleaned up. Got the sticker almost all the way off of that. Somebody had put a 254 recoil in there. So, and the sticker had to go anyways. Nice and cleaned up. It needs a chain tensioner. It's not in there. It needs some stuff, but let's go ahead and break this apart. I know it's not going to run. I know it isn't, because it's got way too low pressure. Somebody was asking about these torque set that I have. I just got them off of Amazon The brand name is ProTorque. ProTorque. They have held up really swell. Would I recommend them? Yes, I would. Fantastical. The serial number is 1210335. And it is a black tag. Ooh. Is that 1992? 1991? Did they make them that far back? I don't know. Ow! Man. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Should pop right off of there. Now. Whoa, don't even have to do that. Oh, I think she'll clean up nice. Look at that. That is fine. There we go. That's your exhaust port right there, guys. There's hardly any transfer, which is fantastic. That is clean. That is good. That will clean up no problem. That's exciting. All right. So now here's for the big questione. What should I do with it? I find that, like, pretty damn consistently, you go online and you look up, like, you know, Husqvarna 262 XP. What you find very often is you get posts on old forums, right? The OPE forum, the other one, I think it's called Arborists or something like that. So you find these posts on forums and you go, okay, who uses forums? Now I know that they're still alive and ticking, but they're not doing well, right? There's not a lot of people using forums anymore. Nowadays, all of the information is spread via Facebook and YouTube, and that's pretty much exclusively it. There are some folks doing TikTok and Instagram and things like that, but is actual knowledge being passed on those platforms? Probably not, or at least not much. And so you go, okay, well, who's using the forums? The answer is, and you know, don't get stupid and offended, old people, right? Now, there's some younger people too. I don't want to disclude them. I know some people that actually are active, or at least I think I do. I feel like I know a couple of people that are active on the forums, but the forums have pretty much died out, you know, and not a lot of people are going there. And there are a lot of older gentlemen out there that are pissed about this. They hate it. They hate YouTube. I hear that. I've gotten that from a handful of folks. YouTube has ruined our hobby, you know, and it's just like, what? Anyways, so the forums are what you're likely going to find whenever you put in a question about anything about a 262 XP. Yeah, you'll find some videos out there, but you're going to be directed to a post on the forum. And people are going to call it a factory hot rod. I read it just this morning, actually. That was and still is and always will be my favorite saw of all time. And it's just a screamer right from the factory, right out of the box. And you're hearing these things, and it gives you a thought, right? You're like, okay, all right, that thing's a freaking screamer right out the box, right? And but then we get it in our hands, us people that really have pretty exclusively just dealt with newer stuff. I mean, like let's say there's a guy who's on a ground crew, or he's become a tree climber or whatever. He works for a crew, and he picks up something like this off of eBay or off of Facebook Marketplace. What's he going to think of it? Is he going to think it's a freaking hot rod from the factory? Probably not, because he's used to running the MS400 or the 462, 500i, maybe the 362. Those weren't really popular, but or the God forbid, the Husqvarna 562 XP or the Echo 620, and he gets this and he's like, factory hot rod? And so what I find is pretty exclusive. The people that are like, it's a beast and all this stuff are older gentlemen, and they're remembering it largely with their nostalgia. I don't have that nostalgia. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, what should I do? Because I've got a ported 562 up there. I've got another 562 Mark II that's sitting right over there. And it's completely stock. And I guarantee that it would just floor this thing. I mean, it would just annihilate it. And now I know that ported, you can do a lot, right? You can do a lot. But I don't know. I know that if I ask you guys what I should do with it, your answer is always exclusively going to be, port it, make it a badass. Because, it's easy for you and you want to see it. But that means I have to do the work. Is there anybody interested in a really good, buildable 262 XP? You're going to have to clean that up, put a new piston in it, find whatever air leak caused the problem, and all that stuff. I can tell you, I paid $100 for it. All right. I'm not going to sell it for $100. I'd sell it for, this alone would go for $100. This alone on eBay would go for $100. And then I could take and I could put an aftermarket piston and cylinder on it, and then this would go for $250. You know what I mean? So it's like, if there's somebody that's genuinely interested and you want to offer me cash for this and I'll mail it to you, that's fine. Hit me up. My email can be found on the About page. Even if you have a very good, interesting trade, I might consider that, but honestly, no. And I don't want any more projects. I think I would rather just sell it. So if somebody's going to offer real money, not think that they're going to get this for $75. This is a rare freaking saw, and it's in good shape. The brake cleaned up perfect. And, a lot of times the brake was left set and these things are burnt off and everything. This, you can't get this anymore. All right. This alone is probably worth $80. Somebody would probably spend $80 on that. So, if you want to throw me a real offer, throw me a real offer. But it'll have to be a decent one. But yeah, I'll take it the way it is, all torn apart. Throw it in a box, ship it to you, and let's just do that. Yeah, the carburetor on these things is $186. I just checked this morning. $186. $200. I'll put it in a box and mail it to you anywhere in the continental United States. So there you go. There's my price. That'll be shipped to you. $200. Anywhere in the continental United States. And you can do what you want with it. And if nobody buys it, I don't care. It can sit over there on the floor. Oh, one more thing. The old Mac. And you know what would be great is if somebody was like, I'll show him. It's missing a few parts, like it's missing one of the bolts on the exhaust. You know, it's missing a few things, guys. But I mean, little stuff. It's a good builder. Oh, the old Mac cleaned up real nice. Let's go ahead and we're going to do the easy thing here. We're just going to pop this air filter off. We're going to squirt some Go Juice right down in it. There we go. So let's see if it runs. Hot dang. Nothing's happening. Well, shit. Well, we're here, and I'm so curious. Might as well go ahead and pop that carb off of there and see if we can clean it up a little bit. Throttle linkage and stuff, the whole setup is funky. Funky is putting it really nicely. Because I'm a nice guy. Tillotson. Now, if I was... Oh! That's a Walbro. Huh. Don't know if I've ever seen a Walbro quite like that. I was going to say, if I was back in Atlanta with my desk, I would have a rebuild kit right there, just sitting there waiting. But in this situation, I most certainly do not. Let's just see what she looks like inside there. Oof. Ooh, it's all gummy. It is good. Ooh, it's all stuck and gummy. It's just like, yeah. No wonder she ain't pumping. Yeah, you can see in it just, yeah, you can see all over. It's just gummed up bad. So, all right. Okay. All right. This is actually kind of good news because what it means is likely all I have to do is clean up the gumminess. I won't need to rebuild this carburetor with a new kit or anything. I bet you I'll be able to get it going on just by doing a little cleanup work. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Oh yeah, that's stiff as a brick. That's bad. That's the worst I've ever seen. That's bad. Sucks. Oh yeah. So this would be a great candidate for a ultrasonic cleaning. You know? All right, so we're done for today. I'm going to have to buy some parts, it looks like. Might get a ultrasonic cleaner. to mess with this. I don't know. But that's enough for this video. And for whatever it is, I hope y'all enjoyed it.